we can remember this order because you know
I listen to it all the time, so I'm pretty good.
So you good? So you name the track, and then we just start answering questions.
That's a fair deal.
Because I'll be like, all right, so we're gonna go to the outro. You be like, wait a minute, we didn't get to the other song.
Yeah. So the intro.
All right.
Intro, No Surrender. How the intros is played out, like I was explaining to my father. The Lord had me take the hook from the previous Christmas album and started off, and then I blend that into a whole new intro, right? Okay. So the last Christmas album before the fifth one was This Is Your Time, so pick up the pace, you gotta. So it was like a really like
because
it's time, you know what I mean?
That, and then I remember the grungy beat to it, like
right. So like the new beat I picked for it was like some battle rap kind of joint, right? Yeah. So I was like, well, this is the fifth album. What does 5 mean to me? So the thing I was thinking about hands. You know what I mean? We got five fingers on the hands. What you do with your hands? You could surrender, or you could fight. Yeah. I say, well, we gotta fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't surrender or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Even when you're wrong, you're like, oh, I know I'm wrong, but we still gotta fight.
You know what I mean? So like the no surrender intro that's how that was.
Okay. So what was the motive behind No Surrender?
No Surrender was I picked that name and that flow and that beat to set the tone of the album. Okay. Right? Because there's a lot of songs in there that says fight to the end, freedom. Yeah. Eye in the Sky. So it's like a lot of elements in the album that we need to fight against. Okay. Right? So I had to set up the album with the intro. So that's how
now, like he said, there's a lot of things you need to fight against. In that specific song, was there like a specific thing you was fighting in that song?
Yeah. Immorality. I say it in verse. Immorality, you know what I mean? Like that's where a lot of these things stem from, is people operating from an immoral mindset, whether you believe in Christ or not. Right. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with you being morally upstanding.
Yeah, because I always say that regardless if you believe in Christ or not, hardships is universal.
It's hard. It's a universal pain.
It's a universal thing.
You know what I mean? It's not just secluded to Christians. It's not secluded to Muslims. It's not secluded to Jews. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's across the board.
Always.
You know what I mean? And even in Follow Your Heart, which is not part of the album, but you brought it up.
Coming soon,
February 24th. You know what I mean? Even Follow Your Heart talks about pain could be a blessing, because the way I see it, it's like the same way I see music. Music has a way of connecting strangers of different genders, racial backgrounds, cultural backgrounds. Music can cross all those borders. Yeah, and the same thing with pain.
Yeah, because everybody, no matter what, everybody knows how to head bob to good music.
Yeah,
like, this is the joint right
there. And if you really saying something on the mic, people can relate to it. You know what I mean?
So it's like an added flavor on the ice cream with a nice type of topping on it.
You know what I'm saying? Some sprinkles.
You can tell I'm hungry for some ice cream lately.
Sprinkles. I mean, I'm too old.
This dude is not too old for sprinkles.
I'm too old for ice cream.
If you people don't
know, eat sprinkles.
I'm gonna tell you right now. If you people see the way I talk to him, I don't talk to him like he's a special guest. He is actually my brother.
Well, look.
So I know him since I was in.
He knows how I get down. You know what I mean? But I'm getting too old for ice cream because I can't digest that stuff right. You know?
That's because he kept stealing mine.
Hey. Brothers.
Yeah, right. So like on the lyrics, like when you was writing the lyrics, was it hard to write the lyrics for that? Like,
no, actually, I rapid fire that because I was already in that frame of mind. You know what I mean? And I already love the beat. Okay. You know what I mean? Like if anybody knows me in my music, they know I love the drums.
Yeah, because me and him used to argue making beats. He'd be like, yo, put some bass on there. I'm like, yo, I'm more for melody.
Nah, screw all that.
Cry your oatmeal kind of brother.
This is hip hop. You know what I'm saying? This is hip hop. Put some low end in there. You know?
Yeah, his low ends be low end. Like, hey. You know, you hear that bass, you gotta go to the bathroom because something.
Yeah, that's why we call it dookies. Yeah. Like, he got that dookie in there. You know?
You know it. Oh, man. He even wrote Dookie on the track name, too, just to make sure.
Just so you know that this needs to be loud.
That's cool. But yeah, I feel you on that, on the immorality and stuff, like the stuff that everybody just goes through in the Universal. Now, I don't do Spotify because it's too daggone confusing for me.
It's also a ripoff, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but it is what it is. It's an engine that's popular, and I know we gotta put our stuff through there and all that stuff. But I do have SoundCloud. Now, I noticed that this No Surrender, usually, like, when people, I don't know, like, I believe that in the fact that in order for an album to make it, this is just my opinion, that like the intro has to be out there to the point people want to hear the other tracks.
Right.
And like,
you gotta catch people's attention to the door.
Right. And like what I noticed that even though it was a one verse song, it's like I noticed that a lot of people like that song. So like, and to the point they actually hit like, because you don't know really. I mean, you can find out through the system of the engines that you use to put out the music, how many people actually streamed your music.
Yeah, stats.
Right. But the fact that somebody actually took the time to hit a like on it, that's like something that really touched their hearts. And like as of right now, what is it, February 15th? Yeah. I forgot Valentine's Day.
Yesterday.
Sorry, Jenny. My bad.
1-800-Flowers is on the way. I see them all day at FedEx. Y'all need to cut it out.
I'll get some fake roses for her later. Nah, I'm just playing. I actually gave her something yesterday. But as of February 15th, like that was one of the hottest like tracks that people actually took the time to hit like on it on SoundCloud.
And I appreciate y'all for that.
Yeah, so I thought that was dope. So then like my question to you is just like, did you think that he was gonna have so many positive reviews over just the intro alone? You know what I mean?
Yes, honestly, yes, because when you're moving with the Lord on your side, anything that you expect to be good is going to turn out way better than you anticipate. Okay. You know what I mean? So I already knew the album was a golden moment because of all the people who were starting to gravitate towards it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like usually it was just me.
Yeah, let me go more on that too, because like my brother said, that I was on a hiatus now. I used to do music with him. I used to just make tracks and stuff like that, and whatever out. Cause
Sunshine Out the Dungeon days.
Sunshine Out the Dungeon. Like I used to go to school, and I used to come home from school because I used to live in Savannah, Georgia. I used to, shout out to Nick Lee, Lee Vocal, Nick Melendez,
and that female dude that tried to hit on you.
There was one that tried to hit on you too. You didn't even.
Look, I was drinking.
Yeah, that's true too. But like the Storm McCray, my roommates, Dave Lazar, all them down there, and many more, of course. But I used to come up and then I used to make the music. Like when I leave out of Georgia, I used to come up and just make some beats, dump some stuff in the Triton.
Go
right back to Georgia and stuff, and go live my life down there. But after a while, it's like when I got out of college back in like 2004, I kind of like my brother was doing more of the music, but I felt like at the time that I just didn't feel like the passion in me was there anymore, and I just didn't want to feel like, because especially with people like in the group before, like I'm not naming any names, but it just seemed like he was holding them together and carrying them, and they're being like dead weight to the point that I didn't want to feel like I was dead weight to him too. So then I decided to take I told him one day, I said, look, I'm just gonna I just like it as a hobby pretty much, you know what I mean? So I'm I don't want you thinking I want to be dead weight, because I love my brother, but I just didn't want to be dead weight to him. So I just told him the truth, like I don't want to be dead weight.
I'm just messing around, bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Like, and I respect that, you know what I mean? So
right,
knowing that he wasn't like in the mix of trying to help me get this thing off the ground, when I was stressed out about it, I knew I could just go chill at Chris's or something.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Business is not going to be discussed there.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So, like, and that's why I left. And, like, to the point that I actually had it, my wife bought me a Triton keyboard, which was 64 keys.
I love my M3, baby.
Yeah. And she was like, you know, you should have the music, you know, the keyboard just, you know, the vent, because I was an artist. I was an illustrator. You know, things with that didn't work out for reasons I will express in my music. But I was illustrating one thing, and it was like it went from me being an illustrator with a bachelor's in illustration, because I actually graduated with a bachelor's, to how did this man become, and I was good at it, like how did this man become an artist who could draw his behind off and do professional work, because I had artwork in the airport, like it was presented in the airport. That's how good it was. But then when I got back to Jersey, I became a truck driver. Jersey. And, you know, not to say that truck driving is like, you know, just like a bummy job, but it was like I had things lined up, but I chose to go the way of like of a blue collar. So like
slave monkey.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what I mean? So, but the long story short was that when the 5th album came out for the Christmas album, about a year before that, I showed up at my brother's house like, oh, what you doing? You know what I mean? Because it was before I even get to that, I actually gave him my Triton keyboard. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I don't need it, and I got kids that, you know, like the.
It wasn't even Triton. It's a Korg M3.
Yeah. Pretty
I had
much.
The Triton.
Yeah, that's right. You did have the Triton because the Korg M3 was kind of like the Triton, because they didn't. I don't think they make Tritons no more.
Nah, I don't think they make.
Right. So, but it was
before you got plugins.
Yeah. So like, cause like that was like they didn't even have like another model. They had the store model. That was it. That's the one I got. To the point that even when I brought it back, it didn't work. So I had to send it out for like 3 or 4 months. They had me fix it, but I just gave it to him because I didn't need it. So one day I came, like the year before I started working with him on the Christmas album. I came back. I'm like, oh, what you doing? What you doing, dude? What you doing, dude? You know what I mean? Oh, just make some tracks. I'm like, all right, start playing it. So he started playing it. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And before, like...
Different.
Yeah, it's different, because before, when I used to work with him, it used to be like, you know, machete, molly, chop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Rook. The name Rook.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fat Phil.
Body people and stuff.
Ooh, the Binky the Clown.
Yep.
Smuggler.
And please, don't bring up Binky the Clown. Oh my God.
You know what I mean? He's on my arm. He's on my arm.
Yeah, you know he's fading away too. Thank
it's
God.
Alright. He's still here.
But but then when I found like he was going in on the Christian music, and I was like, it was dope. So I was like, you know, and just to reiterate what he said, that it started drawing more people to actually want to help with the project. And it was cool because it's like he was doing Pro Tools, and I always wanted to learn Pro Tools. And you know, I was like, you know what? Let's put on a beat. Let's make something. And then we started making a beat called Cancer.
Shout out to Cakewalk. Y'all held me down for years.
Yes, it's Sound Force. Sound Force was my favorite. But
Sonic Foundry. Yep, Foundry, Sound Force.
So then after that, it just like the rest started becoming history. Now, like, oh, he's doing music for the Lord, and I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? And his motive wasn't just like, it wasn't money. It was like, I want to help people. And I'm like, that's what music is all about. So I was like, you know, absolutely. I said, you know, I don't mind spending a little bit of time away from just to help, you know, a little bit here and there. And then all of a sudden, it just started being more involved.
Right. So, he started coming to me with songs. I was like, really?
Yeah, because I wrote like one song back in 2003.
Yeah, you know,
which was a verse, which happened to be on the Christmas album, which is Revelations. And you know, I made that beat years ago, which we'll discuss before, like back in 2004, 2003. Yeah, and all of a sudden, it's just like I started coming up with stuff. So like, God did work on helped us work on your album, because like you said, he gravitated people just from all kinds of the globe, say, yo, I want to join in on this.
It's like it helped take the burden off because I'm still in school,
right?
I mean, and at the same time we put that 5th Christmas album out, I had to put out a capstone album. project out, which was the Movement EP.
Yeah.
So I'm working on the Movement EP, mixing, recording, writing that. I'm working on a Christmas album, writing, mixing, recording that. You know what I mean? So I was pushed to my limits. You know what I mean? And so the Lord had Chris come in right on time so he could help alleviate some of that stuff, because I was just all over the place, man. You know what I mean?
I bet.
But we still got it done on time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Back in the day, we used to have problems with deadlines, but now we meet things on deadline like we're supposed to.
And I think it's because we're more mature too. Because like back when you're 21 years old, you're like,
it's blunts and boobies.
I mean, refrigerator full of 40 bottles.
Yeah, freezer full of liquor.
Porno taste all over.
You know what I mean? Stacks of empty pizza boxes. You know what I mean? Shout out Pine Valley Court C111.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to the LQ down the street. They used
to deliver to us.
Yeah, deliver liquors to
whole to cases of 40s.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So the reviews on that intro, so we don't digress too far.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always knew the album was gonna be special.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? So I just left it in Lord's hands. You know what I mean? I didn't even really do much marketing for it.
No.
You know what I mean? Because it's just something I just put out.
Yeah.
And the Lord will make sure it hits who it needs to hit. You know what I mean? So I said, I don't need to put a lot of marketing into this stuff, because it's just designed for what God needs it to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Salvation Records. Salvation Christmas. Volume 5. Osriel on the spot, man. 2019. Don't surrender, man. Let's go. This round of gloves is all for coming straight for your source immorality.